Oh, don't be, but you know something? We should have met somewhere else like you suggested. Casserole surprise.
What is that?
It's yesterday's leftovers, which were leftovers from the day before, plus noodles.
Looks pretty horrible, actually.
Actually, it is pretty horrible, and I keep eating it. Hoping beyond hope that eventually it's going to get better, and I'm always disappointed.
Well, it doesn't matter anyway, because I'm just going to have a salad since I'm on a diet.
Since when?
Since shopping this morning. Those dressing room mirrors are very depressing.
Oh, don't be silly. What are you shopping for?
Dress for the Quartermaine party. Oh, everything I tried on was either too old-fashioned, too trendy, or just too... What are you going to wear?
I'm not going.
Why not?
Well, I think it's a little weird for the Quartermaines to be giving a party right now with the Susan Baldwin murder and all.
It is a little odd, but I don't see why I should bother you. It's just a party.
It's exactly the kind of party that Luke would have hated. Besides, I'm not really a friend of theirs, and I think it would be a little hypocritical for me to go.
You know it's true, don't you? Every word of it. Everything I've just said is exactly the way it happened, isn't it, Tolliver, eh? You were planning on blackmailing the Quartermaines, you and Susan together. You were all ready to spring your little trap, but then something went wrong. Susan wouldn't go through with it, would you? She lied to you. She tried to double-cross you. When that happened, you only had one recourse. She wouldn't follow your plan. You had to kill her, didn't you?
You've got quite an imagination, Commissioner. You should write detective novels.
But I much prefer fact over fiction, Tolliver.
Well, here's a fact for you, then. Once again, Commissioner, I didn't kill Susan Baldwin.
Let me guess. Next you'll be telling me you didn't blackmail the Quartermaines, either.
That's right. I'd really hoped that you'd believe me. I never wished the Quartermaines any harm.
You had documents that could make life very difficult for them, not to mention make yourself very wealthy if you decided to blackmail them.
But I didn't.
Then why hang on to those papers all those years?
Sentimental value.
Oh, spare me.
I didn't expect one from your generation to understand real romance. You're all too cynical. I was in love with Lila. We made a commitment.
How noble. But what's this got to do with the papers?
Oh, I wanted to make sure that Lila was all right. If she was unhappy in her marriage, I could show them to her so she'd be able to get out of it. If she was happy, I'd destroy them.
Pardon my cynicism, but I find all this gallantry a little tough on the digestion.
Commissioner.
Yeah, what is it?
We went over to Tolliver's hotel room with a fine-tooth comb. Nothing.
No papers?
Not a thing.
Thank you. Where were we? Oh, yeah. What we do for love, like blackmail.
Any blackmailing Susan was doing, she was doing on her own.
Really? Well, if you weren't working with her, you tell me how she got her little hands on those papers.
What do you mean?
I can't make it any clearer, Tolliver. The papers, the ones that you and she were blackmailing the Quartermaines with. Now, if you didn't give her the papers, how could she possibly have got them?
You know, I think I know how she did that.
Sit down and tell me.
I was living in that flea bag of a hotel over on the waterfront.
Mm-hmm.
I came home one day and found that my room had been broken into. Everything was stolen. Money, clothes.
The papers.
Everything, I said.
How inconvenient.
You're damn right it was inconvenient. I had to go out and get a job. I didn't have a cent. Probably whoever stole them sold them to Susan.
Or decided to go into partnership with her.
I already told you, I have never met Susan. I never even saw her, and I had no idea what she was doing.
I don't believe a single word of it.
I don't care. I have an alibi, remember? The night that Susan Baldwin was murdered, I was getting drunk at the Bucket of Blood.
Oh, the Bucket of Blood.
And right afterwards, I spent the night in the Port Charles jail cell. Drunk as a skunk, remember?
Yeah. Let's go down to the Bucket of Blood.
Huh?
Thank you.
Bobbie, I still think you're wrong.
That's a cafeteria special?
Don't be evasive.
Oh, Holly, I told you I don't want to go to that Quartermaine party because I don't think Luke would have liked it.
Yeah, but that's absurd. We can't go on doing what we think Luke would want us to do.
I know that, but he did have principles. And he had things that he believed in. And I don't think there's anything wrong with carrying that on.
No, of course not, but Luke was an individual, one of a kind. He did things his way because he believed in himself, in what he was. You and I have different beliefs. We're not Luke.
I know that. It's just that sometimes it's so hard to let go.
Yeah, I know.
Sometimes I feel that if I don't think about him all the time, then maybe someday I won't think about him at all. And that really frightens me. What would I do?
You're the girl who was telling me to get on with my life. Now you're frightened about what to do with yours? Hey, you're a Spencer. You just have to live life to its fullest.
That's right.
Okay, well, you can prove it to me and go to the Quartermaine's party.
Oh, Holly, I don't know. Ruby just got served with an eviction notice, and she's going to be moving in with Jessie. I mean, I have so many things that I have to do in order to make room for her. Lord knows when I'd ever have time to go shopping and buy a dress.
Or we could just drop by Delphina's.
Don't even mention her name in my presence. I'm never going back to that shop again.
Well, I've got a good idea. Let's go to New York this afternoon.
To New York? What for?
Shopping. We can try on gowns in all the best stores in New York, and we won't stop until we find the two most smashing.
You're crazy. You know that.
Are you with me?
I don't know.
Oh, come on. It would be a good idea.
Let's... Well, good day, ladies. You two look like you're plotting something.
We were just wondering what a girl has to do to capture your heart.
Oh, well, then you're in luck.
I am?
Mm-hmm. I just got word that Celia, my fiancée, will definitely be in town for the party. You can ask her.
Oh, well, I can't wait. She's a very lucky lady.
Oh, I don't know. I think I'm a luckier guy to have her.
Oh, hello, Bobbie. Hello, Holly. Grant, could I see you for a minute?
Sure.
Okay.
Will you excuse me?
He's really sweet, isn't he?
You know, Holly, I think I may take you up on that offer. I would love to go on a shopping spree with you in New York.
Terrific.
And while we're there, I think I'm going to give David Arlen a call. I think it would be very interesting to have an escort to that Quartermaine shindig.
Now, I will do the talking.
Hey, how you doing?
Fine.
You know this man?
Well, I know his face. Sorry, I'm not too good on names.
It's, never mind. I'm conducting an investigation here. Now, can you recall if this man was here 2 weeks ago on a Friday night?
Boy, Friday. Friday's pretty busy around here.
I was drinking
I told you.
Hey, wait a minute. I remember. He got so bombed that night you wouldn't believe it. I mean, really.
You're sure this is the man?
Oh, yeah, he's pretty much a regular around here.
Remember what time he left?
Before 9, I'm sure. It wasn't very late. He took a bottle with him, so he's going back to his room.
And you're sure that this is the man?
Oh, positive. Yeah. Sorry, Lester. I hope I didn't get you into trouble.
Before you go getting too carried away with yourself, let's go through your story once more. We want to be sure of all the facts now, don't we?
With pleasure. I left here with a bottle. And, I took a shortcut in the alley in back of the warehouse that we just passed. And I got the real crazy idea that I wanted to make a phone call. Of course, I was very drunk, as I told you. When you need them. There's nobody else. See who's listening to you. Nobody cares.
old man?
No, take off.
Pull that alarm.
No, what if I did?
Under arrest, pal. On your feet. Oh.
So he cuffed me and took me to the tank, and that's where I spent the night, in jail, like I told you. Now, are you gonna let me go?
No way, pal. Let's go.
Excuse me, Commissioner, but Dr. Mark Dante has been waiting to see you.
What's he want?
Well, he said he just remembered something that might help in the Baldwin case.
Take this man back to his cell, will you?
He needs to talk to you right away because he has to get back to the hospital.
Look, Bert, I'm swamped. Can you do me a favor and talk to him for me? I have something very important I have to do right away.
Sure, I'd be glad to. You really think Tolliver's your man?
Well, he's in the running, but don't go placing any bets just yet.
Hey, wait a minute. You know, we're running out of rooms for all your systems.
In that case, we'll build a few extensions. Until I solve this case, no one gets released.
Out of here, you dirty, rotten creep. Do you hear me?
Oh, temper.
You haven't heard anything yet.
You have no right to hold me here. I demand to see my lawyer.
I sort of figured you might say that, so I took the liberty of calling him for you.
Oh, you're going to be real sorry you did this, Scorpio. How dare you handcuff some poor defenseless woman, have your henchmen drag me down a hall and throw me on a jail cell floor? It's police brutality. You hear that?
Come on, knock it off here.
No, not till you let me out of these handcuffs.
I'm not doing anything to you until you button your lip, darling.
Let me out of here. You have no right to hold.
Now, isn't that better? See how easily persuaded I am? Take off the cuffs.
Just look at these marks. Probably have scars for life.
Oh, that's the least of your worries.
What are you talking about? I don't have any worries.
Or at least you'd like to think so.
I know so. And I'm getting a little sick and tired of this constant harassment you subject me to. I mean, after all, what have you got on me this time? Did I forget to return a library book, or is it jaywalking?
How does perjury sound?
Well, that all depends. Is it a crime?
You lied to a police officer.
When?
Your deposition about Monica Quartermaine. Not one word of it true.
Well, since when is lying a crime? I mean, everyone lies to the cops. It's a disease of the age. It's incurable. You can't throw someone in jail for lying.
Then you admit to lying about seeing Monica flee the scene?
I never said that.
You're lying, Heather. I know you are.
I'm not.
You were in that house, all right. But you were there alone. Just you and Susan together.
No, I did not kill Susan.
I'm finding that harder and harder to believe.
Well, what are you going to do about it? You haven't got the proof, and you're not going to find it.
Maybe. But I've got plenty of other things on you.
Besides lying, what? Name something.
No. You won't tell me your secrets, and I won't tell you mine.
You haven't got one thing on me. This whole perjury rap, it's all a ruse.
How does breaking entering sound?
What are you talking about?
You illegally entered the Quartermaine house, specifically their basement. Now, Monica Quartermaine said that in her press statement, didn't she?
You're really reaching now, Scorpio.
That picture of Susan riddled with bullet holes? How would you possibly know it was in the basement unless you illegally entered the house?
That's absurd.
Oh, I don't think so. The message was rather specific as I remember it. And I remember it very clearly.
You still don't have any proof I was the one who called?
Who said I received a phone call?
Well, you just mentioned it.
No, I didn't. Said I received a message.
I want my lawyer.
You were the one that made that call, Heather. You were the one that broke into the Quartermaine house, and you lied about Monica.
I'm not saying another word till my lawyer gets here.
Now, I've told you everything as far as Heather's concerned. Any questions before you go in there?
Nope.
You sure you know what you've got to do?
Absolutely.
Pardon my skepticism, but I'm not used to this much cooperation from attorneys.
I can be very uncooperative if I think the case calls for it, but this one doesn't.
Good.
Nope, I've had enough fancy footwork from my client. I know how to get the truth out of her.
She's an expert at dancing around the truth.
Not anymore. Today I lead.
Where have you been? I called you ages ago.
You're lucky I showed it all.
I don't know what your problem is, but I want out of
And
here.
I want you to shut up and listen.
I don't have to listen to this.
You have no choice, lady. I'm giving you a piece of my mind, and then I'm off this case.
What?
You've been playing me for a fool. You've been lying about everything.
Sounds like you've been talking to Scorpio.
Scorpio only confirmed what I didn't want to believe. You're a pathological liar. It's not your fault. You open your mouth and lies come out. Well, I was a nice guy. I wanted to believe you. Now I look like a complete idiot. I don't like that.
I didn't do anything.
All those lies about Monica being at Susan's and about you being at Susan's and about anything to do with this case and you and your boyfriend.
Look, if you don't believe me, I'll get another lawyer.
You really are nuts. There's not a lawyer around who'd help you now. Not with you telling all these tall tales.
You don't understand. I'm just trying to help.
Help? Help who? Help what? Help yourself get right back into a jail cell.
No.
Or maybe you'd like it better if they sent you back to Forest Hill.
No, they can't do that.
You know something? I'm beginning to believe that's just the place for you. You know they have people who actually get paid to listen to lies all day long? You'd be in seventh heaven.
No, no one can put me back in that place.
No one has to. You're doing it all on your own.
Look, I didn't kill Susan. Scorpio knows that. And he hasn't got enough proof to pin this murder on me.
Maybe not. But he can still get you on breaking and entering, and maybe even on being an accomplice.
Accomplice to who?
Who do you think?
Scotty didn't kill Susan.
Now, why should I believe you?
Because I'm telling you the truth.
You've been crying wolf for so long, nobody's going to believe you anymore, Heather.
Please, please don't do this to Scotty.
I'm not doing anything. You're the one who's making all the bad moves.
Me?
They know you two are lovers, the police. You've been lying through your teeth about what happened that night of the murder. Why? To protect your boyfriend.
No!
Then why are you lying?
Stop it, please. I trust you. I need you to help me do something.
I can't do anything unless you're willing to come clean.
What do you want me to do?
Talk to Scorpio.
No.
Then I'm out of here.
Oh, wait a minute. My mind's just all confused.
Listen, I've already talked to Scorpio. He's willing to make a deal if you'll tell the whole truth this time.
What kind of a deal?
We didn't go into details.
Wait a minute. This could be some kind of trick.
If you have nothing to hide, you'll be out. It's only this squirming away from the truth that gets you into a hole.
You don't understand. I'm just trying to help.
Well, how do you think you're going to help most? In here or out there?
All right. All right, I'll talk to him.
Straight?
I said I'd talk to him, didn't I?
Matron? This is your last shot, Heather. You blow this, you're on your own. Tell Commissioner Scorpio my client's ready to talk to him, please.
Thanks for talking to Danley for me.
Oh, anytime.
Look, Bert.
Yeah.
You understand why I'm doing this, don't you?
Oh, yeah, you made yourself perfectly clear on what you were doing, Robert. I can't say I like it, but yes, I definitely understand.
Just trust me on this one, okay?
Sure, you got it. Open up, please.
To what do I owe this honor?
You're free to go, Tolliver.
Oh, it's about time.
Strictly a technicality. I can't hold you for longer than 24 hours without charging you.
And since you can't be able to make it...
I'm just not ready to charge you at the moment. But I think you're going to be back here again very shortly.
No offense, Commissioner, but I doubt it.
Stick around town till I say you can leave. Take him to the front desk and make sure he gets all his effects, etc., etc.
Okay, come on, Tolliver, let's go. I'll take care of everything.
Here you go, sir. Tolliver didn't have much.
Oh, thanks, Dave.
Just between you and me.
Yeah?
Do you know I'm a little surprised they're letting that guy go so fast?
Not nearly as surprised as I am. I can hardly believe it, especially with what we just got on.
What?
What would you say if I told you that Commissioner Scorpio has an eyewitness?
You're kidding.
No, I'm not. Scorpio has an eyewitness who claims to have seen Tolliver commit the murder.
And the commissioner's still letting him go?
What can I say to you, Sergeant? Usually, when you have an eyewitness to a murder, you have an open and shut case.
I don't get it.
Neither do I, but sometimes I just can't figure out the commissioner.